Like, you're not gonna score, but it was nice. It was cute.
Is it really this girl that's putting this out there? Bitch, you'd be lucky if anybody said hi to you. Dating is one of the biggest hot topics in the current world, especially for people in their 20s. How are you supposed to go about approaching a woman? And should women approach guys? I've seen it a lot where women are too timid and too afraid to put themselves out there, and it's understandable. It's fucking terrifying. And this is actually something I find that a lot of women are not 100% understanding in terms of men. When you are being approached by a guy, and you're going to term him the word creepy, put yourself in his shoes first. I've seen it too often where a girl will get mad at a guy who is literally putting his ego on the line, hoping and crossing his fingers to make something out of nothing. Maybe even like hoping that that you guys will become something. It's a very scary thing. And I don't think enough girls have experienced that energy. A girl will make all the excuses in the world for why she can't go talk to a guy. It's the guy's job. This is that. Why? If your ultimate outcome is to find a cool ass guy, shouldn't you be putting yourself out there to find more options? As a man, we're not allowed excuses. We either get the job done or we don't. We either figure out some way of overcoming some obstacle or we don't. You guys are inherently valuable. And so it's really difficult for you guys to understand a guy's perspective. You guys, as a man, you cannot just be a person that is worth respecting unless you put in the effort, unless you hit the gym, unless you work in your charisma, unless you develop some kind of skill set, unless you find some kind of mastery, unless you develop confidence. You can have all this stuff and you be insecure as all hell and you have nothing. I think the girls should be putting themselves out there. I think you guys should be saying hi to guys. I think that you guys should be trying to be more open-minded. I think you guys should be hustling. I think you guys should be working. I think you guys should be hitting the gym like guys do. Girls are way more judged on their looks, so why do I find more guys at the gym than I do girls? I like the fact that Ab and Preach put this video out there. They're very open-minded people. I don't always agree with what they say, but I think they're very enlightened, very intelligent people. I think they're very charismatic, and I love their opinions. They make me laugh. I think they're cool. So, as a dating coach, as of about 11 years, I want to break them down. So, let's get into it.
Yo, bitch, I got some buzzes clawing at my fucking stomach.
So today's topic,
one of the things you also talk about in the book that I really enjoy is how you teach women to be proactive and to approach men.
Yeah, 100%. I think it is that. Like, why would you not want to be an active participant? Imagine that there is a world where you wait for the right job to find you. That you're just like, it'll come, it'll fight. If it wants me, it'll approach me.
I agree. Because you would understand a bit more what men have to go through. Like, it's hard to approach a woman. It's hard. You're just standing here and you just like, yeah, no, ooh, no. Like, you would understand how awkward men are sometimes when they approach you. It's a lot of my friends that like to say that, yeah, we should fuck those gender roles and we need to do better, and that don't want to approach men. Approach them. Go ahead. Yeah, but when I approach them, some of them, they got girls and they don't tell me. It's for you to find out. Yeah, but you know, they say no and I feel like I'm interrupting. Yeah, maybe you are. Maybe you are interrupting. Have that in your cup. Take a little sip of that. See how it tastes. It is rough to go out there and talk to a woman. You want equality? You take the whole equality cake.
I do think it's very funny. So as a dating coach, my job is I take clients out and I make them sometimes go out and approach women. So in the act of going out and approach women, I'll have the sweetest guys in the world under the sun, and they'll go say hi to a girl, and the girls will be so hilariously vicious to these nice guys, not knowing what they're going through, not knowing how terrified they are, not knowing their subjective experience. I think it's, if women were to put themselves out there more, which I get why you guys don't, it's so fucking scary to do. But at the same time, by the way, this is not me even saying that you guys should even say yes. If a guy is being weird, creepy, this, that, not authentic, for the love of God, please reject him. But when you're like saying, ew, gross, what are you? When you're saying things that could make a man suicidal, can you maybe add a little bit empathy into the rejection? Maybe say you have a boyfriend. Those are good ways of rejecting a guy. But when you are saying vicious, very hurtful things to a guy who is trying to work on himself. He's working on his charisma. He's trying to work on becoming more of a full, all-rounded human being, somebody that's worthy of a girl talking to. And then you're over here beating him into the earth. Maybe he's not going to get to that point. Maybe he'll never find his true love. Maybe by you doing this, maybe he does actually kill himself. I just want a little bit more empathy for guys that are single, that are trying to help figure this shit out.
Take it and you eat it. You want to be courted? Fine. But know that your options are going to be sometimes limited if you ugly. Yes, I said that because it's a fact. You want to be courted, but you don't have the proper shoes to play the ball. You know what I mean?
Cinderella, you left your slippers at home.
Oh, that's very shallow. Yes.
And you know what ugly guys do? They approach.
Why don't nobody approach me? Even the guys that do approach you, like once in a blue moon, when they do approach you, they're not the guys that you want. Why is it always the guys that you don't want who are full of confidence? It's like, I'm flattered, thank you, but please. You know and I know that you shooting your shot is not actually going to score. Like, you're not going to score, but it was nice. It was cute.
Is it really this girl that's putting this out there? Bitch, you'd be lucky if anybody said hi to you.
Bros, and you know why? Because they know they're going to miss 99 shots.
Girls like a guy that's confident as well. When you approach somebody, again, girls don't just like looks. Looks are not the only factor that make you attracted to them. When a guy is coming about and trying to make, again, something out of nothing, that takes an extreme amount of confidence. It is a little unnerving. I've been doing this for 11 years, and I still get unnerved on occasion when I do this. And you're not going to find a guy outside your social circle as attractive as somebody in your social circle. So when he approaches you and he tries to make something out of nothing, you will naturally find him less attractive. This guy in his own social circle could be a bad motherfucker. Could be somebody that is like legit just thirsted over by other women. But you don't know that shit. You've never seen a girl like chase him down, so you don't have the pre-selection playing a role. And so you're not chasing him as hard as you would a guy that you already know. You wouldn't chase him as hard as you would a Drake, not knowing that he actually is a Drake. Again, if this girl she does not have a realistic understanding of her social value, and just because a guy's approaching you does not mean he wants to date you. Sorry to say it, does not mean he wants to date you. Sometimes they just want to fuck. All right, the majority of girls that I say hi to, I might not even want to fuck. I might just want to make friends with. I might just be like trying to be social, and on occasion that's the case. Some girls don't want to fuck, some girls don't want to date, and it takes a long time for a guy to decide to do that because the upfront for a girl is easy. Getting sex is easy. You can go to a club and you can have a line out the door. As long as you're not fat, you can have a line out the door with a red rope. You got to have a bouncer being like, you in, come on, let's do this shit. You can get fucked by 100 guys in a night. Now, on the other hand, let's see how it goes for you when you decide that one of those guys is worth dating and trying to tie him down into a relationship. That's where the girls need to actually start focusing their energy. Men have a hard time with the upfront, but an easier time with the back end. Women have an easier time with the upfront, harder time with the back end for the guys they really, truly like. And that's the difference in dating between men and women. It's very alien to each other. And trying to compare yourself to a man and trying to design your life around having a man's structure of dating is going to make your life miserable.
But they know if they shoot 1,000, they're going to get one in. So they keep...
Whoa. Bring that math back. You said they know they're going to miss 99 shots, but if they shoot 1,000, they're going to get one?
At least. Because 99 plus 1, that's 1,000. Anyways, all that to say, they going to shoot.
But I always tell people, man, 2 wrongs don't make a right, but those do make a W. And what I've learned over time...
No.
Yeah.
No.
It's a good one, right?
No.
It's a good one.
No.
People don't want to try. I think in this dating space, they look at trying as gross. Like, oh, you read a book? Like, you're desperate. Oh, you tried? Like,
thirsty.
you're taking classes? Like, oh, you're talking to people? Like, you're researching? Ew, like, you're needy and gross. Whereas in every area in life that you want to get good at,
So true.
you have to research, you got to practice, you got to enlist the help of gurus, you have to go out there and try different techniques out, and that's how you develop mastery if you want to get good at something. But in this space, it's like the more you try, the like grosser or worse you probably are at.
But even so, You know, it's like a lot easier for women to approach men than it is for men to approach women.
Church.
Because when I approach a woman, her defenses are up, generally speaking. Why? Because men are, you know, a little bit scarier. They might be a little bit more of a threat. I've had women approach me, and my general consent.
Okay, in the States, women don't usually find men a threat. They find them, how do I put it, subhuman. So most girls are not afraid of you, because I'm going to put it this way. I've seen so many girls in a guy's face saying, hit me, I dare you, type shit. And knowing the guy would never touch her, because that's the United States. We would never touch a girl. I would never do that to a girl myself. But the reason a girl would, in this case, be, again, more douchey is because she just has been, again, approached by so many fucking loser after creepy guy. I can understand this. If you've been approached by weird guy, treating you like an object, not treating you like a person, you're going to assume the next person that's going to come around is going to treat you like an object. And at a certain point, you do get frustrated. I can see why a girl will get frustrated and stop having the tolerance for it. But at the same time, too, deciding that men cannot approach and say hi whatsoever is not, it's bullshit. It's bullshit. Men have to figure this shit out. And the only way they can figure this out is putting themselves in front of women. By getting rejected, they learn that I fucked up and I did something wrong. And by realizing they did something wrong, now they can improve past that point and become a charismatic individual, somebody that women would find attractive. If you're not allowing men to approach and you're going to diss on guys, say, you can't say hi to me because you're this, you're that, whatever. Those guys that you think are stuck and stagnant because you're the kind of person who's stuck and stagnant, you're supposedly born a certain way, you've never improved in any area of life, you never reached a level of mastery in something, you're going to assume that people are just born a certain way. Einstein was born being Einstein. LeBron James was born being LeBron James. That's not the case. These people put in a fucking massive amount of effort to become something they're not. And if they punish LeBron James from the age of 6 to the age of 21, saying you were worthless, stop doing this, stop shooting the ball, he would never become LeBron James. The guy that you're talking to, that you're rejecting, could be some girl's amazing husband one day. Some guy that is so worth dating. Some very charismatic, cool guy. And you are just beating this poor guy to the earth and telling him that he's not worth it, not allowed to go say hi to her. That's my problem with it. Yes, I understand why you guys are so frustrated, but by cutting it off completely, you're hurting a lot of men and a lot of women as well.
My idea was what's happening right now? I don't even know. I've never been threatened. Never felt weird. I'm just
but
oh,
you don't know
happening?
what the fuck is this. She must be crazy. Why me? You know what I mean? You don't understand that.
And I'll be honest with you, most of the time when women have approached me and have had the balls too, I've always thought it was very endearing.
Because you kind of have to know that they are going to perceive the move well. You know what I mean?
Yep.
It can't go wrong. If I'm pushing up on you, he can't be okay, chill.
Oh, you got to get the signs first. That
you gotta kind of brush them off a few times before you make the move.
A lot of women claim to approach men, but what you find out is their definition of approaching men is giving the men the signal
It's being available.
as being available, and then the man does the approaching, or they wait for the man to make it clear that the way is open before they make the approach.
Hello.
Any girl who says hello like that, I just assume they work at Macy's or something. It's fucking.
Get your pom poms out. Now I have to, right?
Look around.
Look around you. Look around.
Oh, don't do it.
Fly. Please fly.
Oh, don't do it. Cause this video.
I feel dumber right now.
Get up. Don't get up too fast. So done.
I somewhat disagree with them on this. So I'm one of those weirdos. I believe in double standards for a reason. Again, men and women have very different life experiences. In dating and life, physically, mentally, it's a different experience. Periods, men's high testosterone, high sex drive versus a women's very more even, not low sex drive, but very even keeled sex drive. Girls get turned on like a knob, guys get turned on like a light switch. All this stuff plays a big factor in how their lives play out. I think that men and women are just different creatures. And this whole new thing where you want to make everybody inclusive and everybody equal, it's not helpful if everybody isn't equal and if it's hurting both sides. It's hurting women by trying to make women men. It's hurting men by trying to make men women. This is actually a big thing back in the 60s, 50s, where a girl would drop something on the ground and she'd pretend like she dropped her handkerchief. That was how a girl picked up a guy. I think that that's okay. I think that a girl that does something like this as a strategy, fuck yeah, you're doing some form of putting yourself out there. I love that. The girl's trying that shit out. It's again terrifying. And men will approach you. Men are looking for every reason under the sun to say hi to you and hopefully have some kind of connection with you. Like, I have no problem with that. I think it's beautiful. Any form of you putting yourself out there is amazing. So, Alvin Preach, again, I don't agree with everything they say. I think they're dope-ass guys. Disagree with them on this.
Idiot.
What? And then you call him a jerk when he didn't catch on the signals? You're a grown-ass woman. Use your words. Use your words. You're a whole grown-ass person. Use your words. Oh, look, I'm approach him.
Again, I advise girls approach guys. I don't think you have to, though.
What are you doing? Use your words.
Because I think from women's perspective, they are taking the initiative by making sure that they look good, that make sure they did their makeup, they did all that stuff, and they went out and then they look cute, right? They felt like they've done their part, and now you got to do yours.
But that's not the part. I got to make sure I look good, too. I mean, I take showers and shit.
You said, well, I got to look good, too. I take showers.
And shit. You gotta take showers and
Women
shit.
out here doing makeup, their whole eyes, their lips, foundation, right? Picking out the perfect outfits, all that good stuff. Nigga, I shower and shit.
Yeah.
Sometimes guys don't call because they're scared of the rejection back. Throw it out there.
This is information! Do you all have a fear of rejection?
Absolutely.
Duh.
Okay, thank you.
Duh.
That's good to know. That's good to know. What else? Thank you. What else do we want to know from them? Okay, we got a question over here.
If a girl's showing you that she's interested, and yet you have...
Men are punished profusely for both being masculine and not masculine at the same time. So if you're too masculine, now it's toxic masculinity. But if you're not masculine enough, no girls ever want to date you or take you seriously. You become friend zoned everywhere, left and fucking right. So I don't know. Again, society needs to figure this shit out. Like, I do feel like they're very, like, I'm not even men's advocate necessarily. I just think that there is definitely a hardcore lean currently. And we need to stop, like, kind of viewing each other as enemies and start trying to come together to create a better world. I think, like, when we look at each other like the enemies, instead of, like, we're on the same team, which we are on the fucking same team, you start, like, trying to, like, undermine your enemy. Like, you're undermining your enemy when instead they're your brother, your sister. Instead they're like your best friend. Like, I just don't like the way that the world is, like, viewed currently. It's not my favorite.
Of rejection? I don't get that.
All right, let me break it down for you. He offered you his experience, his truth. And we challenged it, but questioned it with an attitude.
And you realize that why that's happening is that a woman wants to have the benefit of a relationship and of intimacy, but she doesn't want to put her self-esteem on the line. And so she gives the man the signals so that he can put himself in harm's way for her own safety and security. Do you guys understand how crazy that is?
We gotta reframe this whole shit.
Like, that would be like, yo, you want a treasure over there, but it's booby-trapped. You don't want to do it yourself, so you manipulate somebody else to go and get it for you. And if they die in the process, that's their problem.
That wasn't you.
Something that really bothers me and, like, honestly has given me a sense of a little bit of an insecurity is the fact that, yeah, like, there are all these women, like, throwing themselves. But me, like, the past 10 years, like, I don't have any of that. Like, I have zero, this sounds weird, but, like, male attention.
Guys, you guys, it didn't work for me. I tried like 3 times.
What
did you
didn't work?
I just said, hey, hi, I think you're cute, here's my number. I would wait, like...
Maybe you're not that high. It's not because you go out there that you're gonna get some. And then you tried 3 times and you gave up 3 times? 3? Drake? 3 times?
What's the most devastating rejection you ever dealt with where you approach somebody?
Man.
I used to be massively shy, like crippling shy, to where I couldn't give people eye contact, where I'd shake when I was in public. I still, even to this day, still wear black because when I was younger, I would sweat so bad I'd sweat through my shirts, and black was the only color where you didn't see the fact that I was sweating so bad. I approached hundreds, if not thousands of people in this period of time, figuring this stuff out, figuring out a way that I could, like, not be alone forever. And when you give up on only 3 approaches, I mean, like, again, you're a girl, like, she's a girl, like, it's fine. Guys will approach her and she has options still. You're a girl. You have the upfront like advantage of being that. Good. Hell yeah. But no sympathy here. Like, I'm 3 rejections. I'm like not getting text back 3 times. No sympathy there. All right. Here, I'm going to say something very controversial. I feel that if you are the bottom 90% of guys, all right, so let me do a hierarchy test, okay? So let's say there's a hierarchy, okay? There's people at the top, people at the bottom. Okay, now the people at the bottom are 90% of men. The people a tier up are the ugly, overweight girls who could definitely upgrade and take care of themselves and work their way up. Now, the top tier are the hotter girls. The tier above that are the ungodly hot girls. And a tier above that are the top 5 to 1% of guys. I think when you're the top 10 to 5 to 1% of guys, you have the best cream of the crop, but it's a crapshoot. Most guys, being a man is a constant just crapshoot. It's like it's a gamble. Being a girl, you were destined and you were fine. You were in the middle. You are just naturally loved. Being a guy, you have to work at shit. You have to become something different. If you want to have the women, if you want to have relationships that you actually truly love, instead of settling for somebody you hate. And then she doesn't even like you either. There was some guy out there that she really wanted to date, and you weren't that guy. But she's going to settle for your stupid ass. To me, I think like, I think me and my friends were blessed for the simple fact that we work hard and we're intelligent. But I've seen a lot of other guys that are suffering so fucking hard for the simple fact that they just weren't willing to put in the effort. They weren't willing to like be this or that, or they weren't given the right control. And like a lot of channels like mine are honestly shoved down because people don't think that men need this help. They don't think that men need to be told these kind of things to help them out, to have control of their lives, to get around this depression. Again, the majority of suicides are men. The majority of homelessness are men. The men are the ones that are working construction. Men are the ones running infrastructure, being the police, the cops, the firefighters, the ones in the military, the majority of the military. And you want to focus on the top 1% and then blame the bottom 90% and like be like, fuck you guys. You guys are holding us all down because of the patriarchy. When that's not the truth. You're blaming them for the top 1% who are also hustling their fucking asses off to be that top 1%. They're working unbelievably fucking hard to get to where I am. I'm not even at the top 1%. To be where I am, I had to hustle my fucking ass off. I had to work so fucking hard. I'm losing my fucking voice. I've been working hundreds of hours a week. 100 plus hours a week. And I'm fucking losing my voice because I'm working so fucking hard. I think it's just absolutely fucking incredible that you want to fucking beat men to the earth and not give them, like, we're all on the same fucking team. Why can't you win and why can't we win?
And I was in high school, so.
Yeah, because you've been single.
And the girls, I've been with my girl, but the girls were mean back then. Like, I got drinks thrown in my face, slaps in the face.
Were you grabbing people's asses? What were you doing?
No, just, hey, what's up, girl? You want to dance? Or, hey, I think you're cute. And some of y'all already hear some of the viewers, and they're like, yeah, but you were kids back then. Yo, I've worked in bars. Like, there's not really that much of a difference between high school and some of the people out there in bars. Like, with the way they act and the way they, ew. Have you had a girl say ew to you in front of everybody in the bar while the music is low between 2 tracks? Ew. Can you believe this guy?
Yeah, man.
I've seen that.
If a girl ever did that, she would beat herself up for years. And I've known a lot of men who've had that situation where they're just nice guys and a girl does some stupid shit like that, just being an asshole.
Yeah. Bruv.
It hurts.
Him not calling you, he's doing you a favor. For real? I don't even know how many drinks I paid to guys that just caught a hell. Wow, my G. Yo, Ellen, the next one's on me. Yo, I saw that. This one's on, bro, this one's on me. All right? Really? And he didn't call you? Tried it 3 times and didn't call you? You're good.
I understand that sometimes women get approached so often and so much when they're out and about that they get fed up with it, and that's their reaction. So I'm not mad at that either. Yeah. But I think there's always a middle ground that you have to reach between being cruel and asserting your boundaries.
Ew. Yeah.
Maybe it's like a hard thing for us to really admit because we're always trying to defy these gender norms. And we're like, oh, men and women, we don't. But I genuinely believe that they like the idea of not only being approached, but being wooed.
Of course.
Like, I've never had a woman seduce me.
You never?
You can't seduce me. Because at the end of the day, when you approach me, in my mind, I've already made a decision as to whether or not I'm willing or whether I'm open to or not. I've never.
Yeah, but a girl can also seduce you, and then so in terms of what he's saying below, a girl can seduce you, and you just want to fuck her, but you don't want to like date her afterwards. Again, it's a difference of dating styles. There's like, again, a lot of women have experienced where you fuck a guy, the guy never wants to talk to you again. That's your form of rejection you guys have to deal with. If you guys seduce a guy, it's not a guarantee the guy's going to date you after. Just because you fuck him doesn't mean that you're on the same level. Because just because you fuck Drake doesn't mean you're on the same level as Drake. Drake forgot about you the second that he came.
Gone from I'm definitely not interested to yeah, I'll bang you.
Wise words.
There's women who have made that flip, and so
you made that flip
on some women, yeah, for sure. I played the long game. I mean, first year no, 2 years no, and then 3 years in, we out and about. We going for dinner. She's like, I didn't realize you were so charming. I was like, hey, no.
Oh yeah, you made them. You made them flip.
2 years of L's make a W in the third year. You know what I'm saying? And so I did my thing. Yeah, when you play the long game and you get it in. Yeah, it was just something I was thinking. Like, I just don't think that. I think that's why they don't do it. That and also preserves their ego. Those are the two reasons why I think they don't. So leave your comments below. We want to know your thoughts. What do you think about this topic? 2 L's do make a W.
These guys are so incredibly charismatic. I love the hell out of them. I don't always agree with their beliefs, but they're always trying to put out what they feel is authentic to them. They're never trying to make martyr themselves for views. They're never like saying something just to make people like them. Love the hell out of them. I think they're incredible people. I think they're great for the culture. To me, again, I hate the fact that we're not understanding each other, and instead of you seeking to understand somebody that's not like you, again, it's another form of ism. You guys want to become you guys are all anti-racist, anti-this, anti-that. But then again, you guys are turning against the people that you want to find love with. You guys are turning against men. You guys are turning against women. It's like, just because somebody's different doesn't mean they're evil. Doesn't mean they're this. Doesn't mean they're that. Doesn't mean they're fucking worthless. Somebody's might be working their ass off and they could be fucking valuable as all hell. Maybe you don't like somebody one day, you like the guy the next. Maybe in 10 years from now, that guy that you fucking rejected, you said fuck you to, became a Don Juan. And you don't even recognize his ass. I've had so many times where I've been in my industry now for 11 years. I've had girls that wouldn't recognize me who in the back in the day would say evil shit to me. Evil shit to me. 10 years later, I end up having sex with them. It's wild that that you guys cannot understand the potential of a man. A man that is driven, that is ready to put in the effort. If you're watching this video right now and you are willing to put in the effort, you can have all the shit that I'm talking about. You can have the results of women you want. You can have a high quality girl that you love, you can be best friends with. Maybe even that's not your thing. Maybe you just want to have a lot of sex. Maybe you want to have a harem. And that also is okay. You know why? Because you're allowed your own preferences. Just because society says you're not allowed this shit doesn't mean that you're that you fuck what other people think. Do what you want to do. You're going to die at the end of this shit anyways. It does not make you evil wanting to have sex with multiple girls. As long as you're being honest and authentic with them, you're not taking advantage of the situation, and you're being caring and empathetic, I have no issues with it. I'm single right now, and I am playing the field. I'm having the time of my life being single. And if you, the viewer, want to do that shit, do it. Fuck what everybody else thinks. The more that you put your energy into this, you'll start realizing nobody knows what the fuck they're doing. Everybody wants to talk mad shit online, act confident online. You talk to them in person, they might even buck at first. They might say this, they might say that. The second that you're confident in what you say, in person, face to face, they bend, they fold, and they start believing and listening to you. You become what I call the exception to the rule. You become a guy that you can do whatever the fuck you want. You can believe what you want. A girl says, you can't approach me? Cool. Whatever. You're a child for even thinking that. You're a nuisance. You're not even worth the energy or the time or the thought. If you're a guy who's afraid to go talk to girls, please don't be. This is your one chance at figuring your dating life out once and for all. Now that being said, peace.